So in today's episode of WWW Website of the Week every Wednesday, I want to talk about one of my go-to websites in order for me to check configurations for my domain. So let's go ahead and visit www.whatsmydns.net. So there are a lot of times when people purchase domain names separately from their web hosting and they try to configure that domain name to their existing web hosting. A lot of configurations are needed and propagations are needed for this domain to be pointing to that server. Now, there's no saying that every propagation could be instant, because the standard rule is to actually wait from 24 hours to 48 hours for this domain to be pointing to your server. Now, a lot of us developers or a lot of us users sometimes are quite impatient or would like to see a result whether your domain is being configured or when it's ready to be pointing to that web hosting. So in order for you to keep track whether your domain has been propagated or not, I would use whatsmydns.net, type in my domain, and then depending on the DNS that you want to check, whether it's an A record, a C name, or an NS server, then you could go ahead and click go, and you'll see the status of your current propagation. Now, as you can see here, my domain is propagated in the right IP address. And within this tool, you could also check your MX records, which are email exchange records. In some scenarios, if you don't want to use your web hosting as an email server, then you could use something like Google Suite in order to use emails. Then you could use this tool to check if your email configuration is actively with Google Suite or your web hosting. You could simply do this by putting in your domain name and choosing MX, then checking the records. Usually I use this tool and it's part of my go-to tool when I have new clients who would prefer of moving their domains over at a different hosting or vice versa. For advanced users, you could check the list of selections that you could check over that domain and utilize it to your own needs. I'm going to put the link down in the description, and hopefully you could use this in order for you to check what you need to check for your domain. And when you visit whatsmydns.net, don't forget to bookmark it just in case you'll need to access it again in the near future.